All right, welcome to the Brotherhood Grief. We're live. We're officially live, Jacob.
Yep. First episode, not second.
First live episode.
First live.
Let me adjust my seats here just a little bit so I can see everything better. We're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Kick. We're live on Twitch. Main topic for today is going to be faith and lifting, faith and fitness, and why it's important, especially as a Christian man. It's very important to be physically able to take care of your wife, girlfriend, or whoever you have at the time, and eventually your kids, if you're married or have kids or not, and why it's important. And we can help you with that if you need help getting in shape. That's what we do. But
yep. Your body's a temple. It's made in the perfect image of God, so you want to treat your body that way. You want to feed it right. You want to make sure you're training it right. You want to make sure you're getting enough rest, not overdoing it with screen time, not overdoing it with, what else? Feeding it bad stuff that's not going to help, like too much carbs, McDonald's, fast food, all that stuff. Your body's a temple. You want to treat it that way.
Yeah, and sleep is one of the most important factors on health. And if you want your performance to be well in the gym, sleep is actually extremely important. Things like blue light glasses, especially before bed, if you're on your phone, or try and limit screen time going into bed because it can really affect your sleep. Yeah, it's very, very important to get good sleep if you want to perform well throughout the day and to grow, to get those gains, to be able to make that PR, to do better in the gym or any aspect of life. I mean, you need it for cognitive, you need it for everything. You need all three: deep, light, and REM sleep. Those are the three most important, deep, light, and REM. So yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
To perform and maximize. So we're live, so we'll be taking questions if we get any live comments on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. We have it all right here, so we can watch it all live. We'll be reacting to some stuff later today, and we'll react to any content you guys feel like sending in. You can leave it as a comment on YouTube, or you can also go ahead and just submit it in a TikTok chat or whatever, and maybe we'll react to it.
Yeah, and then check out our merch. Is in the shop yet?
No, these aren't out yet. They'll be out soon.
So we got the Christ System shirt. Background, can they see it well?
Yeah, we got pray, train, and study, and we got some verses on there, some pretty cool verses on there.
Just plain on the front.
On the front.
Then sick design on the back. It's good material. It's tight on your arms. It's really good for lifting. Recommend it. Good quality. It'll be a good shirt for gym. And the tank top too is also comfortable, and you don't feel like someone is strangling you in it. You feel loose. You feel good to lift.
It's not overly tight, especially not in the waist. You don't want it nice and tight in the waist. If it's too tight in the waist, it's not that comfortable. Yeah. And it's not one of those tank tops that kind of rides up in your armpit. Same with the shirts.
Yep.
They run a little small, so I recommend going one oversized.
Sizing up, and they'll probably shrink, so
yeah, no,
beware of that too.
It'll meet that right sweet spot after you throw it in the wash a few times. All right.
All right, why don't we do a supplement of the day?
Supplement of the day. Random phone call, but supplement of the day. Supplement of the day, I would do ashwagandha. That goes right back to what we were saying earlier with sleep. Sleep is important. That can help with your sleep. It helps with your stress levels. If you have something to track, like an Oura Ring or an iWatch that you actually wear to sleep, see if you're taking ashwagandha. You should be able to see a visible difference, at least on the chart, on improved sleep quality, because your cortisol is going to be lower. I recommend taking it right before bed. Ours is infused with black pepper to get a better help with bioavailability and absorption. So it's infused with black pepper, and we take one serving of that every night before bed, and along with our brotherhood. But ashwagandha would be my supplement of the day.
TriSystemShop.com.
Good old ashwagandha, our supplement of the day. All right. So what day was it today? What did we hit today? What was our lift?
Today was leg day, Wednesday leg day. So we started off leg press. It was a light leg day. I've been working and I've walked about 40 miles in the last couple of days, so I don't want to strain my legs too much. So we did leg day. We went up to, 5 plates for 5 sets, getting to around 15 to 20 reps. And then we did some calves on the leg press, and then we moved on to some extensions and curls. We did a lot more sets and I would say less workouts.
Yeah, we did a lot more volume, not our typical training style today, because he was a little sore and I've been dealing with a bad headache, so we went a little lighter today. Unlike our typical lifts where it's that 1 to 2 sets till failure, sometimes we incorporate some time under tension, some smart training. We'll talk about that more later. Especially if you want to minimize the amount of time in the gym, that is the way to go. If you really like the gym, we can change it up and get you on a full-blown split. Like him and I love it. We're passionate about it.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff we're going to talk about today. He's got some podcast clips that I have not seen yet, but he's seen them. We're going to jump into those in the next 5-10 minutes. And yeah, we had a pretty good leg day today overall.
Yep.
Good. We're probably gonna. Are you planning on any more Christ-centered tattoos? I know you have the one cross. I have the one cross. I'm thinking about getting some more tattoos soon. I'm probably gonna get one on my rib, and I have a few verses in mind. I'm debating on getting pretty soon. Are you? Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, my next idea is something on my arm, either like barbed wire running down my arm or incorporate a cross or a verse. Probably a verse. I mean, I already have a cross on my chest, so. But something on my arm, or maybe even the ribs. I like the ribs too, but probably won't be till end of the year, till next year. I'll get it, but yeah.
Yeah, our boy AK. Our boy AK.
AK Irons.
In Chula Vista.
Yep. Fire tattoos.
Fire tattoos.
And he's fast.
We're going to actually have a brotherhood hat. We're going to have a sample coming in soon. We'll have it here soon. It's very similar to this one. That's our tri-system hat. We'll have a brotherhood hat coming in pretty soon. Everything's kind of black and white. That's the whole theme of this, as you can see up here with our banner and everything. But yeah, we're really excited about this. And we're going to try and get to 1 to 2 podcasts a week, maybe 3.
What chat do you have open? You have YouTube?
I have TikTok chat open right now.
Okay.
And I don't know, TikTok, and then I can open up YouTube and all the other stuff right here. So this is our first time doing a live one. Last time we did a recorded one, and it worked out pretty well. So
you want to talk a little bit about failure. So failure in training. I mean,
okay, so training to failure, most important thing, especially if you're trying to maximize gains and you've been at it for a long time. The typical 3 sets of 10 is just not optimal, especially if you're trying to maximize growth. I'm sure a lot of people, if you're on social media, you've seen a lot. Failure is the most important thing. Getting to that fasciculation point, which is SMART is all about, but it's a little different method than traditional reps by good old Dr. Ben Bokikio. And so failure is most important. You really want to go to that point where you reach concentric failure, which is think of the positive on a movement. The positive, so positive is when you're pushing the weight up, negative is when you're lowering the weight down. Think, let's go, pec flies. So the negative is when you're lowering, positive is when you're pushing, when you're raising the weight. You want to fail when you're pushing, and then start to do some lengthened partials, nice and slow on the negatives till you're just done. So you're out. That's the ultimate goal, to fatigue the muscle fully, and you don't have to do a lot of volume when you're training like that, and you won't want to do a lot of volume when you're training like that.
Then another failure is when you're going for a bench press PR or a squat PR, and you're trying to get to that targeted weight, but you keep failing. You can't get there. You feel weak. You feel like just that weight's too heavy for you, but you don't want to get discouraged. I mean, I went from 265 to 315, and I didn't just go like that. There was many times where I was in here failing, and he was there spotting me, and he knew that after failure I was frustrated. It's easy to get frustrated on those type of things, but you can't be discouraged on it because you're going to get there eventually.
But it's also good. So I mean, if you attempt a PR, if you're going for 1 rep maxes, Jake and I love 1 rep maxes. They're just fun. They're very fun for us, especially if you like the gym a lot. Would I recommend them to everybody? No. If your goal is just general fitness, then obviously, do you really need to be maxing out on the bench press? No. If you care about having a high bench and having fun with that, great. More power to you. Him and I worked hard to get to 315 together. And yeah, we failed a lot. There's a lot of times where it was down on our chest and we just couldn't get it up. A lot of times where we got pretty close and we didn't get it, but that's how it goes. Yeah. But all that helps tear down those muscle fibers so they build back stronger. So you grow and you hypertrophy and you gain that strength.
But going back to the mental part of it, I mean, it's easy to get discouraged. You're pushing on bench press, you get halfway up, and then you lose that momentum and it just comes back down. It's easy to feel like you won't be able to hit that. So it's important to mentally put that mental block on your mind and even bring it to God. I mean, He's going to just pray, relax yourself, use that strength, and I'm telling you, it will help. I mean, it wasn't easy getting a 315 again, like all the failures. It's huge. Mostly, I would say it's mental. I wouldn't even say that we were too weak to hit the weight. We just mentally, weren't in the right mindset when we weren't getting it up, don't you think?
Yeah, sometimes you just have that barrier you put on yourself that'll make or break the lift. You could have had like a hard day at work or whatever, whenever you got in to do that lift, and not being able to make it can solely just be other things being on your mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be a strength thing. Sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. I mean, it's back and forth. I know, but one thing I won't stress enough is make sure you have a good spotter if you're going to do 1 rep maxes. Make sure you have a good spotter.
Yep.
Yeah. Because you do not want to be stuck underneath that weight. Or don't do it without a spotter too, obviously.
Yes.
Like, yeah, this guy knows about bad spotters, but
yep. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
maybe we'll react to it one day.
Maybe we'll show a video eventually. Eventually. It's a little embarrassing, but all right, do you want to react to these podcasts?
All right.
So this is a podcast. I'm sure that people watching this heard of them, Bryce Crawford and Dylan Mandel. So give a little backstory. Dylan Mandel is a cancer survivor. He's survived cancer 3 times. He's had it 2 times in his jaw, then another time in his jaw and his lungs in another place, I'm pretty sure. But
give me 1 second.
He'll reiterate on that. But they go on this podcast and just talk about how they use Christ, how Dylan used Christ to get through these rough times, because now he's dealing with cancer for the 4th time, and just his mindset going into cancer is next level. This is honestly like a life-changing podcast. I'd go check it out on YouTube. His channel is a Bryce Crawford podcast. So
yeah, we can always link it once the video is uploaded. Yeah. Which one are we doing first?
Let's go.
Was it the shorter one or the longer one?
Start with the minute 37 one.
Okay, start with a minute 37. Let's go ahead and zoom that out. And 1 sec here.
See if it looks good on the.
Good. Make sure that's there. Good. Ready? You ready to watch it?
Does it look good on the stream? Can you see it well?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Everybody should be able to see it, and they should be able to hear it That's the main thing. Ready.
Yep.
Like for you when you just get the basic imaging done and then you see it again?
So I go home for scans on spring break, and I would just never go back to school after spring break. And they planned a surgery that would be a month later. So it was like, 29 days after the imaging. And they were basically like, this surgery is going to be so intense and so intense and so invasive that we need you to walk into that surgery in the strongest physical shape that you can be in. They plan to put me under anesthesia for 21 hours.
Wow.
And they said, we can't do this to people without killing people in the process.
Yeah.
That people die under anesthesia if they
Let me
sit
pause it
on
real
for too
quick.
long. And the
So
stronger-
So to give a little more backstory, he's going into, I think, freshman year of college.
this is his second time, right?
This is his second time having cancer.
Second time he's talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But he's had it 4.
he's beat it 3 times, and he just got it for the 4th time.
And is it all the same cancer?
The first 2 times it was in his jaw. The 3rd time it was in his jaw, his lungs, and I think he'll bring it up in this clip, or else it was maybe the other clip. And the 4th time, I'm not completely sure where it's at, but this is him talking about how intense his training was going into this intense surgery, which he was talking about 21 hours. So you could play more.
is, and the stronger your heart is going into these, gives you the highest chance to make it out of surgery alive.
Yeah.
And it was a challenge. It was a grit your teeth moment. It was like, okay, I had a whiteboard and I had a day counter. That was like, there's 29 days until this procedure. And every day I'd erase it and I'd go 28, and then 27, 26. And that's when you see like the 4 a.m. wake ups and you see the exhaustion, the pushing to exhaustion.
Like for you when you
And then
just
it
get
goes
the
on to
basic
that
imaging done
37-second
and then
video.
That mindset, the Goggins kind of mindset, was built when I had to push myself for a month to walk into surgery under the best fighting chance I could give. And so a lot of what you see now and the discipline and the diet and things like that, the birth of that was in preparation for that second surgery.
Wow. And you're just
That mindset.
So that's pretty intense. So he had to train, get in his best physical form to prepare for a surgery, for his overall health, right? For his life, he had to train pretty much, is what he's getting at here. I haven't seen the whole podcast yet. I'm definitely going to watch it all later. He's seen the whole podcast. He picked out some of these clips that we should talk about them. And he had to train to make it through that surgery. And if he didn't have the strong heart, and he was doing physical cardiovascular stuff and lifting.
Yeah.
And he was waking up at 4 a.m. He had that Goggins mindset, which is, both of his books are great. I love both of Goggins' books. Definitely, I'd recommend him to any guy who's really trying to push his mindset to the next level. And if you're into running, I got really into running more than I ever was in my entire life when I read those books. Well, I listened to them because you can throw them on in the car on your commute to work. So yeah.
But you notice how when he got diagnosed with this cancer, he didn't go and lay down and feel sorry for himself. He didn't give up on himself. He literally, when he got notified about this, literally the first day, he's starting to train. He's waking up at 4 a.m. He's running, he's weightlifting, and he's doing all this stuff that no one wants to do. No one wants to wake up at 4 a.m. to run. No one wants to eat everything super clean, straight protein. No one wants to do that, but he knew that his life depended on it, and doing that has really set his discipline, as he said. So trying to reiterate, it's important to be locked in on everything, because you never know. People like this have it so hard, and I'm trying to.
I mean, this was his second battle that he was talking about, and that surgery was intense. He had to be in peak physical condition. He probably already had a little bit of grit, because I don't know what his first experience was like, but he probably went through a pretty rough treatment or surgery or something like that. I'm curious to look at more into that. But he had to have that mindset and force himself to have that mindset for his life in this case. I mean, you need to have that mindset as much as you can, because one day it might save your life, and you need to know you have the ability to do great things like that, especially.
Yeah, and then like my mom just said in the chat, I sent this to her because this is probably one of the most motivating podcasts I had. I sent it to my dad, my mom, his dad. But one of the quotes was, "The days we choose joy over suffering are the days Satan loses power."
Yeah.
Satan lives off your fear, your confusion, your
pain,
your sadness. The only way that you're going to defeat that, the only way you're going to defeat Satan is if you run off joy, happiness, even if it's hard. It's days, not every day is going to be joyful, and you just need to find the joy in that day. You need to find what gives you happiness, what gives you closure, what gives you well-being, and it's going to, he tries
to question our identity,
and you don't want to, you need to identify with God, because God is the one who's going to give you that joy, give you that strength, give you that determination. That's what God's putting in your head. Satan's only putting in your head to feel sorry for yourself. But what God's doing is he's strengthening your head, and you just got to run off that motivation.
Yeah, doubt and self-pity and even self-hatred are all lies from the devil. And that's what keeps you from getting out of bed in the morning, right? When you got to get up and you got to work, you got to get up, you got to do your workout, you got to get up, you got to do your run. And all those, there's going to be so many lies that you're told in your head. You have to know to fight them, right? We live in a fallen world, right? So you got to get up and push past all that bullshit that's just told to you in your head, told to you on social media, told to you by I don't know who, and get up and fight to do what you want, what you love, and to keep yourself healthy, most importantly, and to have a good spiritual relationship with God.
I want to reiterate this. Don't feel sorry for yourself. I mean, you could be going through 4 different things of cancer, and he's still pushing. So when you wake up in the morning, you should be blessed that you're waking up that morning. You're not having to deal with cancer. You're not having to deal with those physical things that could take your life. You're waking up blessed. You're waking up happy, and why don't you use your healthy body to do something good with it? Wake up early, go for a run. Wake up early, lift throughout the day. Don't go on your phone right when you wake up. Go outside. I mean, there's many things you could do to keep your body healthy, which will, in the end game, keep your mind happy.
If you wake up and do something productive right away, instead of a lot of people wake up and doom scroll for the first 15, 20 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depending on what their schedule's like. I mean, imagine if you woke up and just replaced that with either listening to the Bible still on your phone, or reading the Bible, even better, especially early in the morning like that. It's better for your eyes to wake up and all that. Or listen to it, the Bible, or read it that first thing in the morning. That just sets your day up for success, right? You set yourself up for a positive attitude, and when those troubles or bad days come, or the stuff at work, or I'm going to have to work out late, or I'm going to have to work out late at night after work, after a long shift, you're more likely to push through with a good attitude and not feel sorry for yourself.
And don't think that we're perfect. I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but I speak for myself. I find myself waking up and going straight to my phone. I find myself listening to music that I shouldn't be. I find myself doing things that I shouldn't be. And that's just something that if you talk to God about too, that's really going to help. But there's also discipline that you need to instill, that I want to wake up, I want to open my phone or my Bible or Bible app on the phone or my real Bible and read a couple verses out of the day. You don't need to read a whole chapter. You don't need to go through every single book in the Bible. You wake up, read a couple Psalms, read a couple Proverbs. I mean, they're encouraging. They're going to make you happy when you wake up. And another big thing is pray when you wake up. Pray how blessed you are to live another day. I mean,
yeah, you could be waking up every day worrying, man, I might die in this surgery like this guy. That could be you. And people got to find the strength, especially nowadays with how corrupt the world is. And the best way to find the strength is through faith and through God.
yeah. So you want to go to the other clip. In this clip, he kind of reiterates what it's like going through that 21-hour surgery and just what he does to get through that such painful time.
All right, let's come over here. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go.
So I found this guy, Dylan Mandel, on Instagram, just scrolling one day, and he popped up reading Bible verses, giving devotionals, and I loved his stuff, so I followed him. And just ever since then, I listen to his stuff every day. He's massive. He has a great physique. He's very strong, and he's very smart. Just everything he says is just motivation for me throughout the day. So you want to go on to that next clip?
Oh, we're not getting audio from this one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Because it's common.
You want to replay it?
So such excruciating pain.
There we go.
My hands were strapped to the bed. They put like handcuffs on you. Because it's common for people to be in such excruciating pain to the point where they physically rip the cords in the ventilator because they can't bear it. And I laid there in the presence of God, feeling resistance on my hands from these cuffs, holding me and strapping me down. And I'm just sitting there. I can't do this by myself. I've hit my breaking point. I need you, Lord. And he met me. He met me at my lowest moment, and he met me in a cry of desperation. And that's the nature of our God. The nature of God is he comes to his children in their weakest moments. Said for when Paul had the thorn in the flesh, said for when I'm weak, then I'm strong. He would say in 2 Corinthians 12, but my power is made perfect in weakness. And I think something to note about that is that when you are in your weakest moments, and the chaos is building, and the intensity is raised, is when the other choices get eliminated. Mm-hmm. When the heat gets turned up in your life, the right choice becomes even more obvious.
Yeah.
And sometimes God's going to turn the heat up in your life to remind you and make the right choice just so obvious. Mm.
Dang, all right.
My hands were strapped
I'm gonna restart
to the bed.
Let's move back on over to the main. So, I mean, this guy's going through immense pain. I mean, I can't even imagine. I couldn't even think of anything close to that. And, you know, ultimately what he says there is that his faith in God got him through that, right?
Yep.
He had to put it on God and just sit there, go through it, obviously, but his faith in God is what ultimately pushed him through, right? So, I mean, that's unimaginable, and God's helping him through something immense, something hard when he's in his weakest. And God can do the same for you.
The strength that he has to give it all to God, especially in that moment. In that moment, I'm sure, in that immense pain, I'm sure he wants to just sit by himself. He wants to, like he said, rip out all the cords. He wants to scream. He wants to cry. But what he does is he stays calm and he puts all of his trust, all of his strength into God. And it shows that he made the right decision. I mean, surviving cancer for the 3 times, this was only his 2nd time, and he survived it for a 3rd time. I mean, he's just, the power that he has putting his faith into God is putting him onto this next level of faith and this next level of strength that a lot of people are not able to reach. And saying to myself, I haven't even reached that level of faith, and that's something I'm looking to reach. And I just find so much inspiration in what he has gone through and what he has done to get through this painful time.
Yeah, that level of faith is hard, and I mean, he's definitely an anomaly. Like, it's very hard to get there, to give it to God in those moments where everything feels impossible, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I would check out that podcast. I would check out Bryce Crawford's, all of his stuff. I just watched another one of his podcasts with Johnny Chang. He's also a really good one to listen to. And I would check out Dylan Mandel. Just follow him and watch his story. He posts all his updates on what's going on with his life and daily devotionals, and just talks about his strength, how he overcomes weakness, and his crazy lifts. I mean, he's hitting these crazy PRs. He has this crazy physique. He's massive, and all that has inspired me especially in my lifting.
I'm gonna put the podcast in the chat. As you sent it to me, I'm gonna copy that link and just post it in the chat on a TikTok for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a very inspiring guy, and his faith is something to inspire to, right?
Yes.
Inspire to. Yeah. Girlfriend's calling, you know how it is. I gotta text her real quick. What else do you want to jump into? You have any other topics you want to jump into? We can talk a little more about nutrition if you want.
Yeah, we talked about nutrition. I mean, let's see what we haven't gone over. I went over my supplements last podcast. We go a little bit more over diet.
Yeah.
You want to go over a little diet?
I mean, the most general basic advice is obviously, pretty low carb to cut. Keto is what I would recommend. I mean, we can get into the science behind it later, but cutting those carbs, I mean, you'll cut out a lot. You'll realize how much carbs are in everything, especially processed carbs, if you want to slim down. And then I would recommend even teaching yourself how to get into ketosis and burn fat for fuel. Even if you're trying to bulk up, teach yourself that, and then cycle in carbs post-workout is what I generally do, and I know he does that as well.
Watch the ingredients on labels, because there's many things that you think is healthy and is really killing you. I mean, like, I would bring up Chick-fil-A. You would think their sandwiches are okay. I mean, they say they're a Christian brand. They say that all their stuff is fresh. If you go on their ingredient list, there's probably like,
even in some of their grilled stuff too,
125 different ingredients in just the bun, not even including the meat. So just pay attention to that type of stuff, because that stuff is really a big factor in what's killing you slowly.
Yeah, definitely.
And destroying games. So
Macros first. I mean, if you're in a pinch and you have to get something fast, as long as you're within your macros, your low carb and proteins and fats, that would be priority. If you can keep it clean, yeah. But here and there, it's not going to kill you, obviously. But if you're eating that day in and day out, it's not good for you. Try and cook at home and have good, natural, fresh ingredients, good meats and stuff like that.
Yeah. What about, let's do energy drink of the day.
Energy drink of the day.
What energy drink or pre-workout would you recommend?
I recommend my pre-workout, Health Failure.
Well, like if I asked you what type of energy drink you would want right now, what would you say to me?
I'd want a C4 right now, honestly.
What flavor?
The red popsicle one.
Red popsicle, C4.
What would your flavor choice be?
I would also go C4, but for leg day, I want the 300 milligrams. So I'd go the Arctic Snow one. And I like the C4s because they don't have the dyes in the energy drink. They don't have the coloring, which is a terrible ingredient.
What's a good example of a good clean meal? Steak and salad, especially if you're trying to cut. Good nice ribeye, fat dense, so you get your fats in, especially if you're low carb. And then a salad with a little bit of avocado. And I would just go for like a classic high fat homemade ranch would be good, especially if you're low carb, or there's some higher fat, lower carb ranches out there that you can get.
But say if you're on a budget and you can't afford a steak and a ribeye, just
ground beef
or baked chicken and rice, normal chicken, rice, that's all you need. That's going to reach you to your protein and macros that you want. And it's always a good clean meal with some hot sauce, Tabasco, Tapatio. That's all you need. And clean meal.
Light dressings are fine. If you're really trying to hit your keto macros, I recommend the ranch because it's just higher in fat.
Yeah. All right.
We jump into. All right, exercise of the day. It can't be legs because we did legs.
Exercise of the day. Let's see. I would want to go. Let's go pull-ups.
Pull-ups?
Yeah.
Pull-ups for exercise of the day?
Mm-hmm. They suck, but they hit majority of your back, and you always get a good pump out of them. What about you? What's your exercise of the day?
My exercise of the day? Incline dumbbell press. That's what I'm in the mood for, and I haven't hit that in a while.
And dumbbell press.
I've been doing the incline spin.
That's tomorrow for chest, shoulders, and tries.
Push day.
Push day.
Roll push day.
Yep.
Oh, good old Tri-Systems, our number one gifter.
So, yes, Jacob is higher in carb than Noah. So, you want to answer that or you want me to?
Why are you higher carb?
I'm higher carb because I'm taller than you and I weigh more than you. I mean, so my height requires more carbs to feed because I burn it faster. And I need to reach a higher weight than Noah because he's shorter. Yeah. Why don't you keep iterating on that?
I'll elaborate on it. Oh, well, obviously you're going to burn more calories at rest than me just because you weigh more than me, right?
Yeah.
And you got bigger bones than me, probably a little denser too. You're just bigger frame, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to burn a little more calories at rest than I would, right?
That's what I was trying to say. He's a little bit more experienced in nutrition and exercise than me. I just started a little bit over 6 months ago, so I'm still learning everything.
With the nutrition aspect, you've been lifting for years.
Well, yeah, I've been lifting for about 8 years.
8 years.
Consistently 5 years.
Consistently 5 years.
Yeah.
You want to jump into anything else, or are we calling it?
I think we should wrap it up. It's been 46 minutes. I think we had a pretty
good
good
half-hour
podcast.
episode.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
think we'll start again on episode 2 Friday.
Friday if we have time. Yeah.
Friday.
All
Plan for
right.
Friday. Cool. Thank you.
All right. Later.
Peace out. God bless. Thank you, Isaac. I miss you, bro.
Thank you, Isaac.
Hope your kids doing good, bro. Love you too.